The Chief of Staff to the President and former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has described President Bola Tinubu's removal of fuel subsidy as an act of extraordinary statesmanship and not that of a politician thinking about next election. Gbajabiamila emphasized that President Tinubu had made it clear from day one that his administration would not shy away from tackling the most difficult reforms. He said these are the 2025 Southern Summit of former legislators held in Abeokuta, Ogun State. The Southern Summit themed National Unity, Bedrock of Nation Building, brought together notable figures and former lawmakers, including former Senate President Ken Nnamani, former House Speakers Yakubu Dogara and Patricia Olubunmi Ete. Northern caucus of the forum, led by Rufai Chanjagi, reiterated its resolve to back the South in the next election, insisting that the region should be allowed to complete 8 years in the presidency in the spirit of fairness and equity. In his remarks, Governor Dapo Abiodun described members of the forum as true custodians of the nation's democratic journey.
Individuals here that if we all come together as we have started doing now, in the country we witness faster development efforts and make suggestions that will help in making our government do a better job. We believe that our government will get a lot of support by doing this, and it will spur the government to work harder. There's still a lot of work to be done, and the country is looking up to us as their representatives. The work is not finished. Yes, you may not be serving now, but remember at all times that you were once a representative of your people and you spoke on their behalf.
I consider this summit a timely and vital platform for seasoned legislators, policymakers, and leaders to reflect, re-engage, and recommit to the future of our nation. At a time when Nigeria is undergoing profound political, economic, and social transformation, unity and continuity remains not just a moral imperative, but a strategic necessity.
As partners in nation building, we subscribe to the issue that unites us as people for peace and progress of our nation, Nigeria. We align to the unifying foundation of our country, which leads to the rotation of power between North and South.
Politician thinks about the next election. The leader thinks about the next generation. If President Tinubu had decided or opted to be a politician, trust me, the reforms you see now, which will have the consequences naturally, will only start in his second term. He will only embark on those reforms in his second term. But because of the conviction he had, and because he knew he had a job to do, not for himself, not for the purpose of the next election, but for the purpose that he was thinking of the next generation, he decided to start this reform from day one.
In the communique issued after the summit, the forum adopted Tinubu as the sole candidate of the South in the 2027 presidential election. The communique, which was read by Samson Osage, former House of Representatives member from Edo State, was adopted after the chairman, Senator Ken Nnamani, put the question to the participants.
That we proceed that it is the best interest of the South and the nation that the incumbent president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, completes his tenure of the South. Accordingly, we adopt him as our sole candidate for 2027 election for the South. We call on the South to support the North in 2031 to take up their tenure for the leadership of the country.